What more proof do we need that the education system exists to indoctrinate us than the fact that they didn't teach us any of the tools we would need to be free of the system, right? They didn't teach us how to grow our own food, how to build our own houses. They could easily teach every child construction, electrical, plumbing, growing and harvesting of food, right? And how to live without debt. But they didn't teach us any of those things. None of those things. They just told us to sit down and shut up and fill their heads with a bunch of garbage, pretty much. That's my entire educational career, even in college, was that, really. And where does that get us? And they convince us we need to live these bigger than life lifestyles, way beyond our means. Think about the media, and every TV show and movie exists to program us. Think about how every person, all the families in the commercials we see on TV are rich. They live in giant houses. And what do you need to do to get into that lifestyle? You need to sell your soul to the capitalism, consumerism, materialism cycle, right? That's to live way beyond our means. And guess what? Nothing you can ever buy or obtain externally will bring you happiness. See, you see this, how this cycle works? They indoctrinate us into this cycle of debt slavery. Don't teach us anything we need. All that time we were sitting in classes, K through 12, even and in college as well, just filling our heads with nonsense. Think about if every child was taught how to grow and harvest their own food. And obviously you can use that as a business. And how if every in high school you learned, or in middle and high school you could learn how to build houses. So for your senior project, I don't know why I'm doing this. For your senior project for high school, you could have all the kids could build their own houses, right? And you could have faculty hired instead of hiring history and math teachers and science teachers, and well, I mean, you need a few of those still, but not as many, right? Instead of hiring a bunch of those and probably telling us a bunch of lies, you could hire people to teach us how to build their own small house, sustainable housing. Everybody could build their own little small sustainable house. You could have renewable energy. You could have solar or geothermal. Probably easily have geothermal if you did it yourself. You could have greenhouses. They all could have greenhouses and gardens, all set up right out of high school. You wouldn't even need any debt. We could even have them have some sort of program where they could be making money to set up their own homestead. So by the time they're 18, everyone could live in a debt-free, on a small piece of land with their own little homestead, and know how to do it and know how to run it. It'd be very easy to do that if we took the time. Well, in my opinion, the modern education. Yo, will you chill, dog? I'm trying to make a video. The modern education system is about to collapse. I really think so. People are waking up at a profound rate to what the education system really is, and especially the greater education system. If people knew the truth about medical school, then a lot of people do know the truth. But when more people start to wake up, there's gonna be a lot of anger being let out. What they've done to people's family and friends and relatives and all that, and under the name of medicine and science, when really it's just a lot, all needless suffering, all of it. And we have, and if people knew how easy it was. Wow, I kind of went off track. This is education. They don't teach us about health either. Here's another thing. They don't. If they don't teach any of us how to eat fruit, how to alkalize our body, that our bodies are alkaline based. They don't teach anybody that acidic, high protein, acidic cooked diets are bad and the cause of all freaking disease. They don't teach us any of that. Imagine that. Imagine if the kids went to a school where they were taught how to eat correctly, fruits, mostly fruit, raw fruits and vegetables, how to grow their own food. They would never get sick. Easily, we could easily start schools where we teach kids how to take care of their bodies correctly. They'll never get sick. They'll know how to grow all their own food, build their own house, and obviously help others do the same. right out of high school, easily. This could easily be done. So this is why our education system is constantly failing us. It teaches us it pushes us in debt. What does our current education system do? It indoctrinates us. It fills our heads with garbage, useless garbage, and it says you have to go to college, which is just debt. You don't need college. You don't need college to educate yourself. The only education is a self-education, right? If you're reading books specifically supplied to you by the universities, which have controlling factors, then it's very narrow. You're looking at a very narrow scope and something probably fake, something probably not the truth, because they don't exist to inform us of the truth. A lot of the education systems, they exist to put us down a very specific path, and that's the path of not knowing, non-truth, pretty much. So anyway, imagine if every school had just had like a small farm, and a good chunk of the kids' curriculum, because obviously it's important, is teaching them how to grow and care for fruit and vegetables. And not only could those kids probably grow enough food for all of their families while they're in school, and the teachers, they could probably grow enough food for the whole town. If every school had a little farm where you taught the kids how to do that, and when they got out of school, obviously they could have their own. It's just they know how to grow their own food for their own place. That could easily be done. All this, think of how easily any of this could be done if we need to completely change education. Our current education system is going to collapse. It is collapsing. Parents are pulling their kids out of schools at a phenomenal rate because they're just realizing that it's just all garbage. And it doesn't really teach us much useful information. I don't remember much from my K through 12 experience. Besides, I didn't want to be there, like a lot of us, right? Sit down, shut up. I got yelled at constantly when in class. I got kicked out of class in high school and college because I I guess I just didn't want to sit down and shut up. You know what I mean? And it's just like, because that's what school mostly is. If you're not doing something and learning something that's going to actively improve your life, every school should have yoga and meditation. Every school, yoga and meditation, and teach how to take care of your body by eating raw fruits and vegetables. This world will be a dramatically different place if that's how schools operated. If right when you're old enough, your yoga, meditation, you learn how to grow your own food, you learn how to build your own house. That's all we need, right? And that gives everybody the freedom. That way, we're not all slaves to the banks. That's what we really are. We're slaves to the banks because we're in debt because we weren't told how to do anything. Even if you teach half the population how to grow their own food, and I mean, it really should be everybody. Everybody should just learn it. It's no-brainer because then you know how to repair and build your own structures, not just houses, but structure anything. You know what I mean? There's enough land for everybody to start doing their own thing, or people want to live together and start little communities on a bunch of acres. The same difference. You know, every town should have a farm. My thought was, check this out. My thought was that a town or a village can get together, right? A lot of them they have these co-op gardens. They have shared gardens, but I'm talking kind of to a little bit different effect, where if people want a share for their family of locally grown produce from their specific town garden, everybody puts in a little bit of money, right? That's going to be enough to pay the dedicated people to work there. Because I'm not saying, that's what I'm saying, most people wouldn't work there. You just have a dedicated farm staff to work there. So people would kick in a little bit of money and they would get food every week or whatever, right, for their families, and it would be way cheaper. It would be next to nothing, really. Way cheaper than going to the grocery store. How easy would that be to do? You know, I mean, just got to get together. We got to unite. We got to organize. Every town should get together. Like, all right, we're gonna put together. We're gonna design a little farm for the whole town. Why not? If you got the space, and obviously, if there's people live in cities, you can have a little bit bigger farms. That was just one of my ideas. And the school thing, guys, why not? Every school should just have a mini farm. And greenhouses, big polytunnels. You can do fruit trees, whatever. You can do salads and do everything. Everybody should be expert growing food. I'm struggling. This is my second year doing my garden, and I mean, it's a lot to learn. It would have been nice. It would have been real nice if somebody taught me how to do this in school, how to grow my own damn food, so I know what I was doing. I'm almost 35. and I'm just getting the time and mental capacity and in awareness to learn how to grow my own food. Everybody should know how to grow their own food by the time they're like 10. It's not hard. Well, it is and isn't, but to become really good at it and proficient at it and know, how big of a space you got set up and how much you're going to grow and succession planning, and if you want to keep it, if you want to grow all year round, it's a decent amount to learn. And you know what I mean. How about you give me the choice between that and history? That the history that's a lie. I'll choose the growing the food. Thanks. Anyway, that was just my thought about the education system, and it's basically an indoctrination system. That's all it is. I saw apparently it was started by the Rockefellers to pretty much create factory workers and to make us all one-pointed. School teachers had to not think critically. We have people come out of graduating college, high school and college, with having no common sense, no logic. They can't think critically or objectively. They did nothing. Our schools do nothing to raise our awareness. There's nothing, like meditation and yoga, spirituality. There's none of that. That's the opposite. They're suppressing our awareness, right? But this is the great thing, is that we're in the middle of the Great Awakening. So people are realizing this exact thing. All this stuff I've been saying at a phenomenal rate. Gardening's taking off. I love to see it. And you guys, if you're going to start a garden, do no dig, all right? No dig's the way to go. No dig is you throw a piece of cardboard down, basically over your grass or weeds, and you just use compost, 3 inches of compost. Then you plant it right in that, and that has all the nutrients you need all year. Because you see, when you dig the ground, you might not know this, but when you till and dig the ground, it's actually bad for the ground. It's really bad because the soil has health and has continuity. So if you break that, you're traumatizing the soil, and stuff actually grows. I mean, you can still grow stuff in that, don't get me wrong, but it grows worse. It doesn't grow as well as it could if you didn't break the ground, right? So leave the ground. Don't waste your time. Yeah, and you don't really need cardboard. If you just have grass, you don't really have any weeds or just dirt, you can just put 3 inches of compost. But if you got like a lot of weeds and a decent amount of grass, I would try to use cardboard if you can. You just, whatever area, whatever the size of your beds, you put cardboard down. Actually wider, like a foot wider for your paths, because paths are important. Because if you can help it, I still got to fix mine. If you can help it, you want to cover your paths in, like, some sort of wood chips or mulch or even dirt, whatever. And so you don't have ideally you don't have any grass growing around your beds. But check out Charles Dowding if you have a chance. If you're interested in gardening and growing your own food, check out Charles Dowding. He does no-dig gardening, and everybody's doing it now, guys. It's because it's so much easier. We've been lied to about how to grow food too. We don't need any fake fertilizers or chemicals or anything. You don't need any of that for organic food, guys. You can easily grow organic food. You just need compost. You can make your own compost. Compost is cheap. You can get it delivered. I just found out my town, I didn't know this before. I paid $35 a yard for compost, which is, I know, I guess it's decent. It's still some money, you know what I mean, for a few yards. But my town has it for $20 a yard for their own compost they do, which is pretty cheap. So you can get a decent amount, you set up a little garden for your home. Or even if you had to do like a small farm, it wouldn't be that much. And then after every year, so once you set up your 3 inches, right, that's enough to grow multiple crops throughout the year without feeding it, that's all the nutrition, because compost is straight nutrition. So you don't need to add any nutrition, and everything grows bigger and better than if you tilled it and just used dirt, and then you put a little, even if you can put, I mean, if you want, you can do like an inch. You could probably just do like an inch or two of compost. You could probably get away with it, and you probably grow pretty decent as long as you get rid of the weeds. But and then every year after that, you only add an inch. So once you do your 3 inches, it'll be a lot cheaper. And if you figure, like, they should teach us how to do compost too. It's easy, you know what I mean? Well, it's easy if we know how to do it. If you're taught and you have the space and you have to set it up. But again, all this stuff you should be taught in school. You know what I mean? No, why do they not teach us how to not go in debt? Think about the reason just think about the reason that they don't teach us how to grow our own food, build our own houses, not go in debt, make our own compost, plumbing, electrical, all that would be easy. Why is the reason they don't teach us that? Well, because they don't want us to know, because then they don't teach us how to not rely on the system, right? don't know if I said that before. They teach us specifically things that make us rely on the system and don't let us. Wow, what all the books we read for English class that were just like nonsense stories. Just like, okay, it was a story about some people. How about you give us some books and activities that actually help us be sustainable and healthy. You know what I mean? Our health class is easy. You say, kids, listen, you just got to eat fruit and veggies. If you eat anything else, you're eventually going to have health problems, probably, and you're going to have some issues. Or they can literally teach everybody, listen, if you ever get sick with anything, yeah, you got to detox. You just got to eat some fruit for a while and then you're good, and then you can, kind of go back. But you still want to stick to the fruit and veggies. That's how easy it would be. Wait till people find out that literally any health issue, all you got to do is this. It should be common knowledge, and hopefully soon it will be. Naturopathy. If you have any health issues, you literally just got to detox your body. That's all you have to do. It's so easy. You just eat fruit. That's it. You literally just eat fruit, and you can get some herbs to help regenerate and stimulate the different organs, your lymphatic system. That's all you have to do. Just eat fruit. If you don't even have to get the herbs. Just go on fruit. 100% raw fruits, berries, and melons. Any health issue. And you do that, you got to detox your body. You got to get your kidneys filtering. That's the number one thing everyone has to do. And what I'm trying really hard to do right now, I've been on the fruit, all fruit for the majority of the past few weeks, and I'm trying to go for a longer streak. Actually, probably longer than that. I've been probably maybe in months and months. Well, I've been eating a lot of fruit and veggies, probably like 80% of my diet for quite a while. But I'm stepping it up to all raw. Because remember, anything cooked, this is a multi layered video, I guess. Anything, guys, any cooked or high protein food you eat is really bad for you because it's acidic. Remember, there's only two sides to chemistry: acid and alkaline. Now the AC's kicking on, right? So anything acidic you eat, so it's cooked, high protein, cow's milk, meat, grains and beans, anything, guys. High protein is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. High protein is extremely bad for us. And just think about how every commercial is high protein. And obviously, anything on TV is a lie anyway. That's why I don't watch it. It's 100% propaganda. Anyway, high protein is terrible for us. It's because it's acidic, and our bodies are alkaline. So anything acidic, cooked, when you cook stuff, even cooked tomatoes, sorry, another hard pill to swallow. Tomato sauce is not good for you guys. Any cooked tomatoes is very acidic. So imagine people eating. That's how everybody seems to get sick and get cancer, right? Because no one changes their diet. Everybody's eating the same high acidic, high protein meat and dairy and beans and grains diet. And so all that acid builds up. Your kidneys stop filtering. That's the biggest thing. You can't get rid of metabolic cellular waste. You can't get rid of it, and it's all acid. So you're piling up acidosis in your body, on different parts of your body, and you get damaged cells, which they call cancer, which is just damaged cells. And remember, there's two sides to chemistry. So when you have too much acid in your body, what you don't want to do is put more acid in it. Chemotherapy. You don't want to do that. That's really bad, actually. You want to get alkaline. You need to alkalize your body. You get your kidneys filtering and your adrenals pumping, and you got to get your thyroid and your parathyroid and you got to get all that back up. Your pituitary, your pineal. If you're having trouble sleeping, it's your pineal. You got to unblock your pineal. And again, the simple answer to all this is you got to alkalize your diet 100%. Because anytime you eat cooked or high protein, you're going to stop your detox. You need to detox your body. And you do that by eating all alkaline, which is all fruit. So going 100%. If you want to detox your body, it's hard to get your willpower up and to overcome our programming of the way we eat. I'm still trying to break it. It's very difficult because we're just not used to eating 100% fruit and vegetables. It may be easier for you than it has been for me. It's been pretty difficult. I've been vegan for over 5 years now, and I'm trying to get to the 100% raw. I've been pretty close. But again, it's just like once in a while there's some cooked food there. I mean, it's not. Once you listen, this is what you gotta do. The first thing you gotta do is detox. That's what I'm trying to do. Get your kidneys filtering, clear out your body completely, right? You can get rid of your moles. Apparently, we'll see if I can stick on it for long enough, because moles are just fungus inside your body. So if you completely detox your body, get your kidneys filtering, your moles will eventually fall off. because it's just fungus. So everybody needs to get their kidneys filtering. That's the number one thing everybody needs to do. Oh, this is a long video. And to do that, how do you tell if your kidneys are filtering? Very easy, actually. You pee in a clear glass jar, and if your pee is clear, that means your kidneys are not filtering. Because what you want your pee to look like a snow globe. You want sediment in there, floating in there, and on the bottom you'll see like a layer of sediment filming. That sounds gross. You can look up pictures. That means your kidneys are filtering, and that means you're getting rid of the toxins and acids and the metabolic cellular waste. And that's how you clean your body and heal your cells. You heal your body through fruit because it's alkaline. A fruit is it's astringent, it's antioxidant, it's anti-inflammatory, which is very important because if your body is you're in a state of acidosis and your lymphatic system is stagnated, you need the anti-inflammatory, because a lot of like arthritis is just inflammation. You can reverse it because you're eating too much acid. Think about it. Do you have arthritis? If your answer is yes, do you eat a lot of high protein cooked meat and dairy, or even high protein cooked? You can still be vegan and have all these issues, because if you're still eating a lot of high protein and cooked and grains and beans. Anyway, so detox your body first, and then you can kind of have, it's not a big deal if you have a cooked meal here and there. I mean, the stricter you can get, if you want to get all raw, you're just going to be healthy as fuck. You know what I mean? You're not going to have any health issues. You're not going to get sick. Because when you get sick, cold and flu-like symptoms, that's just your body detoxing. That's all that is. You got toxins in your body. You got mucus. You got to get out. Anyway, so yeah, guys, if you have any health issues, that's huge. It's huge if you can detox. You need to detox your body. If you can learn a little bit about lymphatic iridology and learn how to read your eyes even a little bit. Like I can tell I have a skin ring. You see that ring around my iris? See that ring around the eye? That's called a skin ring. That you can check and see if your eyes got that. It means you got your lymphatic systems backed up under in your skin. Like I have a little bit. If you have dry scalp or dandruff, that's your lymphatic system's backed up. Any health issue you can pop. If you eat all fruit, if you detox and eat all fruit and veggies, right? You're gonna be a holy shit. I didn't think you could be this healthy and have literally no issues and feel like really great. When I'm on the fruit mad days in a row, I feel great, guys. I usually have a lot more energy. My body feels better. Your stomach's never bloated. You're never like gassy. You don't feel like shit. You know what I mean? Like, remember, what are you eating? You just got to listen to your body too. If you're eating a lot of cooked and processed foods and all that shit, and you have gas and you have acid reflux and you're having diarrhea and you have any other health issues, that's from your diet. So your diet's really one of the number one things you got to change if you have any health issues, guys. And as far as and another thing that will help you dramatically with that is also meditation. Meditation is the best thing you can do for your mental health. That's like self-psychology. That's what meditation and spirituality is like Phil Good said, spirituality is psychology on steroids. That's really what it is. If you want to understand about your emotions and why you do the things you do and think the things you think, and how to kind of reel it in and stay in the present and overcome anxiety and depression and kind of be more present and be more aware, then meditation will certainly help you with that, and it'll help you see the truth about a lot of things too. So anyway, yeah, think about if every kid should learn meditation. There'd be no wars, there'd be no violence. We'd literally be living in a utopia if everybody was taught. If school actually taught the things we talked about: meditation, yoga, food growing and harvesting, construction, etc., how to maybe mend your own clothes, like all that stuff. They could teach all that stuff. That's what school should be. They should be basically, we need a homesteading school. They probably have that. You know what I mean? And that should be, and let's make that a big thing. If you think about it, if we got half the country to start doing that, but we can put our kids in these schools. Half the country, or even 25% of the country, how much of a difference that would make. And instead of saving for college, We can save for a piece of land and to help our kids build houses and not have any debt right out of high school. And set up a little farm and a little greenhouse and a bunch of fruit trees and bushes. How easy would that be? That'd be sweet. Anyway, beautiful day. I was supposed to be mowing the lawn, which I probably got to do. I got to do some work in my garden today. I put some cardboard down in my greenhouse. I'll show you real quick, and I'll show you my garden real quick. I'm growing mostly veggies, which I'm eating mostly fruit. That's why I wish I had a bigger spot for some more fruit trees and bushes, but I mean, I like some salads here and there too. Let's see, so here's the cardboard I put down in my greenhouse. That's to kill the grass. This is what I was talking about. This is no dig. This is what you do. I mean, if you want to, which I'm gonna go on like the Nextdoor app and see if anybody in my neighborhood has got a bunch of cardboard. A lot of people have free like moving cardboard, huge boxes, which is what you want. And you can set up your garden for. You see, I got way too much grass here. Those are my potatoes. That's my bed of potatoes. They're coming up real nice. This is all in compost. I just put a few inches of compost. You see the cardboard here. These are some melons I'm trying to grow. Although I don't have as much sun as I would like over here. I think I got like some cantaloupe and watermelon, these two. I don't know which one's which. And then pumpkins. Over here I got some radishes and a bunch of different beans. I got like black beans. Those are over there, I think, the beans. Black beans, kidney beans. Again, I actually don't eat because they're high protein. Again, once in a while, especially if you detox, you'll be all right. But even nuts, you got to be careful because they're high protein, high fat. You don't need them. Nuts and seeds, you can have them if you want a little bit. But obviously, they have nutritional value. You don't really need them. Yeah, see these grass. If you can get cardboard and cover your spaces up between these beds, it'll be even better. Mine's very sloppy, as you can tell, just because I did it very quickly. I didn't have as much time as I would like, but there's some corn I just transplanted because I accidentally planted them into the potatoes. And let's see, greenhouse. Yep, here's the greenhouse. I built this thing. This thing was it it was a lesson. You know what I mean? It was a struggle. You know why for me to build my greenhouse? Because they didn't freaking teach me how to build anything in high school or college. I put some chicken wire on I made roll-up sides for ventilation, so put some chicken wire. I'm probably just gonna put a bunch of, I don't know if I'm gonna do a row in here or a bunch of pots. I got these 15-gallon grow bags. They're pretty good. I'm growing some potatoes in one right now. And I might do pots and bags probably, or maybe a row. And you can also hang string from these things down and teach like tomatoes or cucumbers to grow up it. But yeah, at least I kind of know how to build a shitty greenhouse. I wish I had a table saw. That would have been very useful, or a circular saw, or a miter saw, because using a hand saw was pretty rough making some of the cuts. You can see by the door. If you're gonna be cutting wood to build, you probably want to not use a handsaw unless you're like super good at it for some reason. Yeah, it's pretty janky. But yeah, I got it done. It's really warm in there when the plastic's down. So, in the winter, I could definitely grow a bunch of greens in there. I mean, if you can do, a good diet. Once you're up and running, a good diet's like 80% raw, and then you can have 20% cooked. That's what a lot of people do. That's doable. And again, if you ever get sick, you just go on the fruit and detox literally, or you do a dry fast. You get up to the point where you can do like a 36-hour dry fast every few months. Fasting is one of the best things you can do. It cleans out your body and it heals you, because your body's not constantly digesting food. Because when your body digests food, it takes energy. Anyway, yeah, that was a short long video I was gonna make when I mow the lawn. Hope you guys enjoy your day, and you know what I mean. And if you haven't grown any food, just try it. Just do it. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about it. Or go watch some videos. Just do what you can. You're gonna kill a bunch of stuff probably. You know what I mean? But I would definitely start off with no dig and compost. That's your big thing. You know what I mean? Compost and making sure you got enough sun and water. It's basically the main things. Because when you use compost, you don't got to worry about nutrition, which is the big thing. So yeah, you just get some pots and put them in your window. You can grow stuff right in your window. Get some, if you got space, you know, get some fruit trees. I got a few fruit trees. I got some. My plan is to get some more land so I can start a little orchard. You know what I mean? Everybody should just have a little mini orchard. All the fruit, their whole family and neighbors, whoever wants to eat. It wouldn't be that hard. Pretty small, bunch of trees and bushes, right? That should be no brainer, Johnny. No brainer.